I started off in IT, ran big technology programs in banking, and then working for the NHS, running kind of national programs for GP practices and hospitals and kind of integration between them. Then did a bit of consulting for Department of Education and a few other bits before helping my ex-wife set up her childcare recruitment business, which gave me a bit of a flavour for a franchise business and running my own business. So I looked at a couple of cleaning businesses that were for sale, so I wanted to buy something that already had a business running rather than start from scratch. So there were two in my local vicinity, one that wasn't part of the franchise and one that was. I kind of ummed and ahed between the two, ended up going for both. Buying the two businesses, the intent was to give myself that accelerated start. I didn't want to have to think about creating a website, doing my ISO accreditations at the same time as trying to grow the business, but put all of the kind of work into the actual cleaning side of it. So that gave me that springboard and meant I had a kind of revenue stream already in place, which kind of meant that I didn't need to work. I know a lot of people coming into franchises have to have a second job whilst they're doing those early stages, so it kind of worked for me to do it that way. To me, it's recession proof. I think I always look at it when I talk to people about this, and I say, as you walk anywhere, unless you're in the middle of the countryside, every single building gets cleaned. Well, most do anyway. So, whether it's a school or a hospital or a house or offices, all of them have cleaning, right? So there's no shortage of industry and opportunities there. I think the second thing was looking for something I didn't need very technical expertise in, because I didn't want to go into kind of IT, didn't want to go into kind of producing microchips or anything. So it needed something that you could learn quickly, you could bring people on board who had those skills. So what I wanted to look at is where could we make a difference, bring all my expertise and kind of those of the people I was bringing in with me to really make sure that we stood out from the competition in that SME space. Our biggest sector really is education. So when I inherited took over the business in York, they had 10 schools. So I built on that, as well as having some knowledge I'd done from working with Department of Education as well, but also seeing that as a route into market where in that SME market, the really small players aren't big enough to play. The really big players, it's not big enough for them. So that's where the SMEs thrive. But you get some benefits, which is reliable cash flow because they pay the bills on time. You don't have kind of bad debt issues. Contracts 3 to 5 years, so you've got that continuity. And once you start to understand working in schools, you can demonstrate that knowledge. They're quite unique. It's not the same as cleaning an office, not incredibly different, but there are certain elements of what you need to offer, what you need to understand and show you can do that are unique, and that helps you kind of demonstrate, or I suppose repeatability is key with that in terms of then your management team understanding, what they need to do and being able to go out to different schools. We're trying to grow the business in a way where our values are replicated down through our managers and through the supervisors, with a view, if we do a good job, treat our customer and our staff well, then we will win business and we'll be profitable. So it comes as a consequence of having done those things right. There are obvious ways you can make that more optimised, and for us it's a case of trying to pick the opportunities when they come along now and find the ways to get to the right market segments that we want.